Some people think of Jeeps as a way of life. Others see it as an escape from reality. Me, I just love them.
What's going on, guys? Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets, and welcome back to another video. Almost in a way a new beginning to the channel. As you can tell right behind me, I did go out and buy a 2020 Jeep Gladiator, also known as the JT, but don't worry, the JK is not going anywhere. We are not done modifying it, and the LJ over there is not going anywhere either. I'm gonna go ahead and say I've been out here for like an hour now trying to make this video, and I keep boring myself. You know, I'm talking about all the specs of the Jeep, all that stuff. I want this to be fun. I want to explain to you guys why I bought this. We're going to take a look at it, see what all it came with, and we're going to talk about, you know, the Gladiator as a whole. You know, what can it do? What are my plans for it? And then, you know, what does it fill? You know, I have the JK, I have the older LJ. Why did I decide to go get a Gladiator? We're going to find out in this video, but I am leaving my driveway. It is hot here. We're going to take it for a little spin. Start it off. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Whew. All right, let's go. Oh, gotta push the little button there. Oh, so new, so fresh. 122 miles on it. I actually bought it with 22 miles and, you know, I've put 100 miles on it. But let's get out of here. See you guys. Oh, do I get a Jeep Wave? Got the Jeep Wave, guys. It's official. It's official. It's a Jeep truck. You know, I've always, everybody's on Facebook is asking in all the Jeep groups, oh, do I wave to the Gladiator? You bet you do. Just because it's a truck does not mean it is not a Jeep. No, it's not a Wrangler, but I think so far, driving it for a while, it's a mix. It's a perfect mix of like a Wrangler and a truck. It drives beautifully on the street. I have no idea where we're going, but I just want to get out of the house, have a little new scenery around us while we talk about it. But let's talk about why I went ahead and bought this Gladiator, man. So about a year ago, I was really contemplating buying a JL. You know, I've done a lot of stuff to my JK, and we're at the point where the mods and projects are gonna kind of slow down. We finished the 1-ton swap, we're on 40s. Sure, there are more things I'm gonna do in the future. I wanna build the long arms, but videos like that, oh, we got a group of people walking right there. But projects like that are gonna take a little longer than, you know, a couple days. So for me to make detailed videos like that, it's gonna take a while. The Jeep's gonna be down for a while. It's gonna take me longer to make those videos so you guys really understand what I'm talking about. So I started thinking about getting a JL, and I just couldn't justify another Wrangler when I already had 2 of them. So once they released the Gladiator, I was like, holy crap, that thing is sweet. It fits my lifestyle perfectly. For those of you that don't know, and for those of you that are new to the channel, I am married. Me and Cassie have 2 kids, 2-year-old girls, and they are twins. So we're actually pretty packed when it comes to space. Now, the JK has plenty of room. It's a 4-door. We have the big cargo area in the rear. However, long trips and stuff like that, it does get packed. The Gladiator, I think, is gonna solve that issue. We have the bed. This Rubicon model did come with the tonneau cover, so we can throw stuff in the back there, don't have to worry about getting soaked. And honestly, it's just a very, very comfortable truck. I mean, I don't even, like, it doesn't feel like I'm going 55 right now. There are some issues which we'll talk about in future videos, but this thing is just beautiful, man. I mean, it has some pickup to it. It's not the most powerful thing in the world, but it gets up, it goes. It's a very comfortable ride. The AC's on right now. It's not very loud, but I'm kind of rambling on now. Let's just keep on driving and find a nice spot to park the Jeep and talk about it. All right, so we're heading to one of my most favorite spots. It's just so beautiful out here, and I want to film. Oh my gosh. Well, never mind, guys. Holy crap, I forgot it's the weekend, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna be filming out here. Man, maybe I fit right in. Look at all these trucks. Yes, I feel so cool now. I feel like I can finally fit in with all these guys. Yeah, what's up, men? Yeah.
Back it in trailers and everything, guys.
Yeah, I fit in with the truck crowd now. Okay, well, change of plans. We're not going to talk about the Jeep out here, but as you can tell, this is a beautiful spot to film. I've only been out here a few times. It's usually really windy out here down on the water, but yeah, today was a nice calm day, but sadly, this is just not the place to make a video right now. Man, I guess I can show off my Jeep. Actually, this might be pretty cool. Maybe we can park it beside some other trucks. Let's see what it looks like beside a Super Duty. There we go, perfect. I didn't plan this. This video's turning out perfect, guys. All right, let's go park behind that Super Duty right there, right beside it, actually. Yep, okay. The great thing about the Gladiator is the visibility is a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Man, you know, it does have the rear view camera, tells you all the lines and everything. And overall, it's very easy to see out of this. So let's hop out real quick and see what it looks like beside a Super Duty. Oh man. Man, just truck city over here right now. So we got the Gladiator there, and as you can tell, it looks like a baby compared to the F-250. Look at that. Once it's lifted and has bigger tires, it's gonna look a lot bigger. But you can tell it's not a full-size truck, guys. This is like the first one I've actually ever seen in person. When I bought the Jeep, I didn't really know much about it. I saw them online, I liked how they looked, but I never really like drove in one until I went to go buy it. But as you can tell, it's definitely shorter than a full-size truck by a good, you know, 2 or 3 feet. But I mean, we're comparing apples to oranges right now. Definitely, it looks a lot better, I'm gonna say that for sure. And in the future, we will be testing out, doing some towing, and see how it works. The Rubicon is supposed to be rated for 7,000 pounds of towing capacity. The Sport and some of the other models go up to 7,650, I'm pretty sure. That's a lot of weight to tow. And I'm excited to see even how like 5,000 pounds behind this Gladiator feels. But, oh, okay, let's go to another spot and start this video off. I have a lot to talk about in this video. And, you know, worst case, we just do it in here, but I want to get some exterior shots, show you guys what I'm talking about. Because this Jeep just really has so many nice features to it. But this is not the place to do it, but I do feel at home right now with all my truck buddies. Maybe one day I'll be able to join the boat crowd. Update, so I went to 2 more spots, and they are packed too. So I'm heading back home real quick, pulling in the driveway, because I'm gonna grab a few things before we head out. I'm gonna have to drive a little further to stop somewhere. I really just don't want to do this video at my house. I don't know, I want to get somewhere out. I want to kind of explore with the Jeep. It's fun driving this thing. But while we're here, I'm gonna go and grab some stuff. You know, I need my GoPro charger, all that stuff. But what we're gonna do is pop off the Freedom panels. That's the great thing about having a Jeep truck, is that you still can take the doors off, you can take the top off and get that Jeep feeling. So I'm not doing the doors and all the top right now. I wanna make that a separate video, show you guys how exactly to do all that and what it looks like. But we're gonna pop these bad boys off. First thing, already broken. Luckily, it's nothing crazy. The Jeep came with a Freedom panel storage bag. If you don't have one of these and you do have a hard top, I definitely recommend it, because when you take your Freedom panels off, put them in the Jeep or at home, it's nice to keep them in a bag separated so you don't damage your paint storing them or keeping them in your Jeep. Sadly, the one that came with my Jeep, let's grab the camera real quick. I haven't even touched this yet. I just grabbed it out of the back of the Jeep. I was gonna take the top off and put it in the bag. The zipper already broke. You can see right there. I'm sure I could, you know, manage to fix it and whatnot, but that is my first time ever even using that. So tomorrow, once the dealership's back open up, I'll bring that to them, show it to them, hopefully show them this video and be like, you know, I pulled it out of the Jeep and the zipper broke. Now this is the Rugged Ridge Freedom panel storage bag. Got on Amazon a long time ago for my JK. So this one is definitely already, like, I can tell that this one's a lot higher quality. The zipper is so much bigger than this little, like, look at the zipper difference. That's crazy. And this is a prime example of what I'm going to talk about in the future videos of this. A lot of the extra add-on stuff that you can buy from Mopar, it's nice because you can roll it into your payments, but aftermarket stuff is usually a lot higher quality. That bag right there speaks for itself. So we're gonna use this Rugged Ridge bag, and yeah, finally, let's take these panels off. If you don't have one of these, I recommend getting them, whether you're JK, JL, or a truck owner. So let's get back to taking the top off. That will be in the video description. Skip on the Mopar one. Finally, let's start this video off. We're in the shade. It's a perfect place to take a look at this Jeep. It's extremely hot out. It's 93 degrees. Well, for me, that's hot. I know a lot of you guys in California and Arizona are probably like, Ben, 93 is nothing. But here it is, the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. Heck yes. So I know the first question, or the first thing on everybody's mind, it's definitely a personal subject, but I know people are thinking it anyways. Ben, how in the world did you afford a brand new Jeep Gladiator Rubicon? The simple answer is both me and Cassie have full-time jobs. We do make a decent amount of money, and you know, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I do this stuff in my spare time, which is already pretty spare. So the biggest thing that allowed us to do this is the fact that my other Jeep, the 2010 JKU, it's been paid off. So it's not like I'm a YouTuber doing like that owns a 2016 JKU with all these cool mods. It's a 2010 that's actually paid off. Somebody's calling me. It's probably Cassie, like, you spending more money? Oh, Ted, I'm making a video. Ted. Hope you watch this video. I'll call you back in a little bit, Ted. But we are normal people with, you know, a decent income. Now, how much did I pay for this Gladiator? Got this for $54,000, which is still a lot, but for it being a Rubicon and with all the extra options that came with it, I thought it was a pretty good deal. The dealership had this on the lot for about 2 months. They were asking 60 grand, which in my opinion was way out of my price range. But no, they couldn't sell it at that price, so they knocked it down to 54,000, and I went and scooped it up. I think this is gonna be a great Jeep for me and Cassie and the family. Now, that's enough talking. Let's start looking at what this came with and all the cool features of the Gladiator. So, what should we start off with, guys? It's a Rubicon, so I'll do a real quick lowdown on what the Rubicon is. Of course, the Rubicon comes with the cool factory Rubicon hood with the vents. Looks really cool. Does come with the front and rear Dana 44s with lockers and 410 gear ratios inside. Comes with the Fox shocks, which are really nice. A little bit of an upgraded suspension. Sits about an inch or two higher than the Sport and other models. We do get the red tow hooks, the Rubicon wheels, and most importantly, the Rubicon transfer case, which is 4-to-1 and front sway bar electronic disconnect. So the Rubicon is definitely a great way to start off with this truck build. The reason I say that, normally I'm the person that would say, if you plan on taking your Jeep off-road and really want to build it up big, my opinion, start with the Sport, because in the end, just like my JKU sitting at home, it ends up, a lot of the Rubicon stuff gets replaced with even bigger and better parts. Now on the Gladiator, everybody knows, or you should know, that this is not gonna make the best off-road machine. The wheelbase is extremely long, so we have to worry about our belly clearance. The rear overhang or your departure angle, in short, it's crappy. You know, if we drop off a big rock, there's a lot of room between the rear tire and the end of the vehicle. This thing is not gonna make an incredible rock crawler, but this is not what it's designed for. In my mind, what I'm picturing in this truck, you know, eventually is a fun vehicle to go hit some trails, you know, back roads, of course, some rocky trails and rocks and whatnot, but it's more of a family vehicle where we can go out, go camping, almost like overlanding. I really don't like using the term overlanding because personally, you know, in my mind, when I'm just going off-roading and camping, I'm just camping. You know, I will start bringing in some overland mods and whatnot and, you know, adventures to the channel, but this thing is not going to be a full overland build, that is for sure. Now, why did I actually go ahead and get the Rubicon opposed to just getting a Sport and building it from there? So After me and Cassie looked and, you know, kind of priced out the Sport with all the features we wanted, you know, heated seats is nice, upgraded radio and sound system, tonneau cover, all that good stuff. The price difference between the Sport and Rubicon was actually not that much, especially when you looked at it from monthly payment terms. So I went ahead and decided to get the Rubicon. That way it's pretty much built for off-road, you know, axle wise, gear ratio size, of course, all the other off-road goodies. This is a great way to start off the build. And the best thing about the Rubicon is that we can slap 35s on it right now. From the factory, the Rubicon comes with pretty much 33-inch mud terrain tires made by Falcon. So far, I'm not too impressed with the tires. The road noise is extremely loud for a factory vehicle. And, you know, Falcon, I'm not too familiar with them. I've never owned Falcons, so I don't know how they do off-road, but for a mud tire from the factory, they are pretty aggressive. They are 33s though, so that will change shortly. The good thing is that we can slap 35s on here right now. The Rubicon fenders sit up a little higher than the other models. And for a 37, you only have to do about a 2-inch lift kit. So I'm not sure what tire size I'm gonna go with yet. I might either just slap on 35s or see if we can do 37s, but that will come in future videos. Now, what options did this Jeep come with? I did not special order this. The dealership got it and had all the options. It's pretty much all optioned out. Came with the leather Rubicon seats, which are really nice. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, upgraded audio, the premium audio package. So we have the 8.4 or 8.7, I don't remember, touchscreen radio with all the Alpine speakers, which is pretty nice. Rear seat is pretty much just like the Sport. There's really nothing crazy back here on the Rubicon, but we can fold down the seats. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. First, we'll just fold them up. So underneath here, we have storage bins, which is going to be really nice for recovery gear or just day-to-day storage space. You can also fold the seats down. Trying to remember how to do that. I've only owned this thing for a little bit. There we go, we got that. We can fold it down. We have little storage pouches right back here. There's a lot of room in the back seat for a truck. It's really nice. My biggest thing is that it did come with vents back here, so when our kids are back there, they're not sitting there baking in the heat. It did come with the safety group, so whenever somebody's passing, we got this the little orange triangle right there that lights up. That stuff, I don't really care about that. I know Cassie likes it, or for those of you that have wives and families, it's a nice add-on, but for me, you know, if I was custom ordering this Jeep, I really wouldn't put that in there. Now, let's take a look at what comes in here. So the great thing is that it does have the assist tailgate, and I did get the Mopar tonneau cover, which is actually pretty nice. Now, in a few videos from now, I'm gonna go through all these factory options, talk about if they are worth it, or if you should wait for aftermarket. But operating this is really easy. It's the simple fold and roll tonneau cover that goes all the way back and actually straps right here. I've had it used a few times when I'm hauling lumber for the deck I just built. I really wish I would have had this truck before I built the deck. But the one big thing that this did not come with that I really wish it would is the bed liner kit. It's really nice to have a bed liner, especially if you plan on using the bed of the truck. So sadly, no bed liner here. Dealership didn't order it. I really wish they would have. However, we can always bed line it ourselves for, you know, around the same price it would pay the dealership to do it. But the bed is really nice. It's nice to finally have a tailgate and a truck to do truck activities with. So what other options did this come with? Oh yeah, I already have those off, Freedom panels, but it did come with the Mopar headliner kit. I'm excited to see. I'll do some tests in a little bit to see how well the Mopar headliner kit works compared to an aftermarket one, like the hothead headliners that I put on my JKU. Now, next up is the Mopar LED group, the headlights, fog lights, and of course the rear tail lights, all LEDs. The headlights are actually really, really bright. Now, let's start getting into some questions that I know you guys probably already have. What engine and transmission are in it? The engine is the 3.6. It's the newer style, but still it has very similar features to all the way back to 2012. So it is a tried and true engine. The 3.6 does make some pretty good horsepower and torque numbers, but the best thing about the newer JLs and the trucks is the 8-speed transmission. The 8-speed transmission's automatic. It drives like a dream. It's perfect. It's always in the right power band. Of course, once you start throwing bigger tires on there, you lose that 8th gear. You're down to 7, but it still handles really big tires extremely well. So now you're probably wondering, Ben, why didn't you wait for the diesel option? That's coming out soon. Yes, the diesel option is supposed to be available for the Gladiators, I think starting next year. Personally, I do not like buying a new car with a new power plant. So luckily with the Gladiator, you know, it is new. However, it's reusing the 3.6 and 8-speed combo that's been around for quite a while now. So the 3.0 diesel that's supposed to be coming in these, I'm not sure how I feel about them. I've heard some bad stories about the crank and cam bearings going out pretty early on them, plus the extra expense from the diesel. Not only for diesel and maintenance prices, however, the fact that this MSRP will be even higher with the diesel. That's gonna push it up probably into the 60s or 62,000s with the diesel. And personally, that is way out of my budget. The 3.6 and the 8-speed transmission does perfectly fine for what I'm going to use this truck for. You're probably wondering, what are the plans for the JK? I mean, after all, the channel is called JK Gear and Gadgets. I still have a lot of stuff to do on the Jeep, and like I mentioned earlier, most of the upcoming projects are going to start taking longer, which means the Jeep is going to be down for longer, especially if I plan on still making good videos for you guys. So this will start taking over DD duty, start daily driving it. And plus, the great thing about this truck is that it still has a lot of similarities to the JL. Pretty much starting here forward is identical to the JL. So for all you guys that are, you know, JL owners, I'll be able to start making videos of accessories, you know, replacements, all that kind of stuff that will still work with your JL. Plus, for those of you that do get a Gladiator, we'll have a bunch of Gladiator content. Plus, this thing is just gonna be cool to take out on trips and see what it can do. So don't worry about me abandoning the JK side. There's still a lot more in plan for that. A lot of cool mods coming. But I think this is gonna, you know, kind of help fill those gaps when I'm not doing JK related installs and mods. Now for this truck, what are we doing with it? I'm really not sure yet. Right now as it sits, it looks good and it drives great on the street. We are gonna put bigger tires on it. Eventually we'll do some suspension work, but mostly it's just gonna be a fun vehicle to go out camping and enjoy some trails. So yes, bigger tires, of course some interior and exterior accessories. We'll probably put a bumper and winch on it as well as a rear bumper. But overall, it is already a great capable Jeep and I'm really excited. I don't wanna build this up crazy and take it out on the trails. I want to put it through its paces and see what it can do in the stock configuration with 35s, and kind of build it up and see how well it does in its different stages. So that way you guys can kind of see what all you want to do to your JL or your truck, because these are very similar in how they handle, how you can modify them and all that stuff. Now, why did I get silver and not red? Everybody knows that I love red Jeeps. It's kind of funny because if I would have got this red, it would have been my 5th red Jeep. So personally, I love red Jeeps. I don't exactly love red trucks. I think something's a little bit funky with a red Gladiator. I don't know. The silver is beautiful. I really like it. Plus, it was the only Jeep that the dealership had. So I'm happy with the silver. And it was time to change it up from red, but we still do have the red accents. Now, there is a few things I forgot to mention earlier when talking about the Rubicon. We have the red tow hooks, and I forgot one other thing that the Jeep has. The aux switches right there. So instead of running like an aftermarket S-Pod, Jeep actually includes a location to add on exterior or interior, aftermarket electrical components, whether it's lights, anything electric really. So that's pretty cool. It came with it. Once again, that's not something I would personally buy if I was ordering this Jeep, because of course this is aux 1, aux 2, aux 3, and aux 4, where it'd be nice to have a switch that actually tells you exactly what it is. You know, front fog lights, rock lights, rear fridge cooler, whatever. All that stuff, it's nice to know exactly what you're turning on instead of trying to remember which aux switch is what. But hopefully aftermarket will come out with some little stickers so you can put there. I don't know. This truck just has so many opportunities, guys. I'm excited to start building this on the channel, and I hope you are excited to see it too. But this is gonna be perfect. I'm excited to get it out. This is gonna be a long video. I'm kind of rambling on. I really don't know how to make this video. I just got it, it's brand new. I don't know what to expect from it, but it's gonna be fun. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and go down to the comments and let me know what you wanna see out of this. You know what I've done in the past. You've seen my Jeeps. What do you want to see from this? Are we going to turn into a crazy rock crawler eventually? I'm sure, yes, probably. But for the next year, next 2 years, we're gonna kind of build it through its stages and see what all this thing can do. I'm really excited about it. Like always, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Peace.